Hello, students. Welcome back once again in English Literature class. This is Uma Vidushi, your English teacher, and I hope you are enjoying English videos. Today, as you all know, that we have already started the chapter The Canterville Ghost, which is written by Oscar Wilde, and I hope you have already watched the first part of the video. Now we start today's session from scene 2. So without wasting much time, let's begin today's class. Dear children, till here we saw that how Mr. Otis was becoming very stubborn and making fun of Lord Canterville because he was not believing that the chase had a ghost in it. Now let's see what happened in scene 2. So scene 2 starts in the library of Canterville Chase, where Mrs. Omni enters the library and followed by Mr. and Mrs. Otis Washington, Virginia, and the twins. Tea is laid out for the Otis family. They settle down, trying to get the feel of this old mansion. Mansion means big building or palace. Suddenly, Mrs. Otis notices what looks like a blood stain. So they saw a blood stain when they were having tea together. Then Mrs. Otis said, "I'm afraid something has been spilled here." Mrs. Omni, in a hushed voice, "Yes, madam, blood has been spilled on that spot." As Mrs. Otis was quite afraid that because she had seen a blood stain on the floor. And that's why she was asking the maid or that woman servant who was working in that mansion for so long time. And she said that yes, there was a blood stain which was spilled on that spot. Mrs. Omni, in the same hushed voice, "It is the blood of Lady Eleanor de Canterville, who was murdered on that very spot by her own husband, Sir Simon de Canterville, in 1575. 9 years after the murder, he disappeared, rather mysteriously. His body was never found," in her voice, "but his guilty spirit still haunts the chase." So, here in this paragraph, you will come to know that whose blood stain was that. Actually, that blood stain belongs to Lady Eleanor de Canterville, who was the wife of Sir Simon de Canterville. And he murdered his wife in the year 1575. And after 9 years of that murder, he mysteriously disappeared. And his body was not even found. But his guilty spirit was still haunt in that chase. Then Washington said, the eldest son of Otis family, "Nonsense! Watch me remove the stain." And he started removing the stain. He takes out a small stick of stain remover from his bag and rub it over the stain. There is a sudden flash of lightning and a peal of thunder. Mrs. Omni looks terrified and faints. Mr. Otis said, "What monotonous English climate." Mrs. Otis said, "And what do we do with a woman who faints?" So when Washington started removing the blood stain from that floor, all of the sudden flash of lightning and a peal of thunder happened. And looking all those things, Mrs. Omni got terrified and she faints over there. So now Mrs. Otis is asking that what do we do with that woman who faints just now? I have not closed my eyes in sleep due to the awful things that happen here. Mr. Otis said then. It's all right, Mrs. Omni. There is nothing to fear. At any rate, do not frighten us. And the children started laughing over here. Now, students, let's have a look in scene 3. This scene starts in the morning in the library where the twins enter. Louis, look, the blood stain is back. That ghost must have been here again. Then Carl said, Brother Washington has been rubbing it out every day, and every day it comes back. Then Louis said, Let's camp out here tonight and wait for him. Then Carl said, We will corner him here. You sleep by the door and I will sleep on the decks so I can jump on top of him. And then, let's come here with our pillows tonight. So in this scene, you will find children that Louis and Carl are planning that they will wait for that ghost in that room. Because every day they find that their brother Washington rub the floor every day, and every day that stain comes back. So they thought that why not to camp there, why not to stay in that room for a night, and they waited for the ghost, and they were now planning that where they will sleep. Carl said that he will sleep on the decks, whereas Louis will sleep on the by the door, and they can grab the ghost from all round. And they said that okay, let's come here with our pillows tonight. Mr. Otis, what on earth is that sound? Wait, it's getting closer. No, I'm not imagining things. Now I can hear footsteps. So then Mr. Otis said that somebody is coming near to him. And he is saying that no, this is not imaginary. Really, there was someone who was coming near to the sound of the footsteps were coming closer and closer. He takes a small bottle of lubricating oil, which is very sleepy, out of a case and opens the door. There, right in front of him, he sees in the pale moonlight an old man. His eyes are red like burning coals. He has long grey matted hair. He wears old-fashioned dirty clothes, and his wrists and ankles are bound by rusty chains. As you can see here in the picture also, Mr. Otis, goodness me, my dear sir, you cannot go creaking about this like. I insist you that oil your chains. I will leave this bottle of oil for you. It is said to be very effective. Do apply it on your chains and let me know if you need more. And now, Mr. Otis goes back to his room and closes the door. The Canterville ghost. How dare he? How dare he laugh at me? Oh, there! So much for his advice, for greasing. And he throws the bottle away. Watch me. Now, by seeing this, you can see that how the Canterville ghost was irritated. He was so angry because the man, Mr. Otis, made fun of him. He mocked on him. That's why he is saying that how dare he, and he threw the bottle away from there, and he also threatened them by saying, watch me. He throws a green light around himself and fills the air with horrible goons as he goes up the steps. The twins appear at the top of the stairs. Now the twins said, "Caught you." Means they thought that they are able to caught the ghost. They throw the pillow at the ghost. The ghost escapes. Now look what happened in scene 5. The ghost was very furious, means he was very angry. "I will have my vengeance," means revenge. "Do they know who am I? Do they know what fearful appearances I have made? Have they seen the furor I can create?" Furor means it's a sudden angry or excited reaction for something. "How dare they?" Here they refers to the family members. "These Americans, the Gauls means rude, arrogant behavior, the Gaul, to ask me to grease my own chains, and those twins," here the ghost is talking about those two boys, "to throw a pillow at my head, and I, a ghost who can play 9 pins with my own bones." What is the meaning of 9 pins? 9 pins is a game played with 9 wooden pins to be balled down with a wooden ball or discs. "Okay, calm down. I have to think this though." Means he is thinking that he has to do something. "No ghost is in history has been insulted like this. Revenge! Oh, I will have the last laugh. How dare you?" Now this is the last scene in the of this play, where you find that how frustrated and furious this ghost was. He was just making him calm because he was irritated by these family members, and in his mind he was talking to himself that he is going to take revenge from these family members. As you have seen, students, that this story is full of humor. It was a horror movie, but it's also have lots of comedy element. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Now in the description box I have shared the answers of understanding the text of this chapter. Hope you will get that. You can note down in your copy and learn them sincerely. Thank you so much for staying with me till here. That's all for today. Bye bye. Take care.